hardware requirement, right? What are the hardware requirement? What are the file systems and memory requirements? These and all the things we calculated yesterday. Today, so we'll see the, and also we discussed about the, so HANA versions, HANA 2.0, HANA 1.0, HANA 1.0 is available. Also HANA 2.0 is also available. Sir, what is the difference here? What is the difference between the HANA 1.0 and HANA 2.0 here, right? So here HANA 1.0 is a single container. It's a single container. It's optional for the multi-container here. It's not the mandatory single container, right? Container means to store the date container. What is the container boxes? Means container, it will store something, right? So HANA 2.0 is a multi-container. It's a multi-container here. Multi-container here. So multi-container means the multiple containers, which means in one box we will get the multiple contains multiple what kind of multiple partitions to store the data, different types of data, right? So same as like here, so multi-container, multiple databases will be in the one host. Single container, so one host, there is a one database only will be installed here. That is the one of the major difference, single container, multi-container here, right? So that is the one thing here. So coming to the differences here, the architecture wise, so architecture. So let's talk about the major differences here. The architecture wise, HANA 1.0, the initial release of the HANA, mainly the focus on the in-memory, the column storage and columnar way processing here, right? But HANA 2.0 build upon the foundation of the same as like same concept, but they have introduced a various improvements and new features. They have introduced it here. Various architecture wise they have introduced the new feature, same concept 1.0 2.0, but in the 2.0 they have introduced a very new features, introduce a various improvements and new features. They have introduced it here. So here the HANA 1.0, coming to the data management side, data management side. So in the HANA 1.0 they're primarily focus on the structured data processing, here. But HANA 2 supports manage the both structured unstructured data also will process. So HANA 1.0 only will process the structured data, but 2.0 will process the both structured unstructured data also will process it here, right? So partitioning. So coming to the database level, there is a partitioning here, right? The partitioning concept. So that partitioning concept also the slightly they have changed in the HANA 2.0 here, right? HANA 1.0, the limited partition option for the managing the larger data sets. Suppose in the HANA database level, there is advantages. If the table size is very huge, then we can partition the table to the another table. We can partition. It means we can split the records. So that is what here we have here. And also HANA 2.0, they have introduced a dynamic tiering, better management for the, so dynamic tiering. Dynamic tiering, what is the main it is for? So it's allowing for the better management of the larger data volumes, automatically move the data volume between, so in memory and disk layer tiers. So dynamic tiering, they have introduced it here, right? And also enhanced analytics analysis. So analysis wise also they have analysis here, analytics. Okay, so analytics here. So which means it's provide ANA 1.0, they have provided the advanced analytical capabilities, but there is a room for the, there are a lot of improvements are required here. But here also they have enhanced their advanced analytics capabilities with introduction of the text analysis, graph processing, spectacle, some other analytics we can perform. It means advanced analytical advanced analytics capabilities, means analyzing the data capabilities they have introduced in the 1.0, but 2.0 also they have same concept, but they have enhanced, means they have latest features and they have enhanced here, right? And also the performance wise here, HANA 1.0, there is a the initial improvements in the performance and scalability compared to there is a performance improvements. Normally, if the highest versions, always there is a performance improvements will happen 1.0 to 2.0. Same as like here, for compared to the other databases, in the HANA databases, HANA 1.0, they are the performance and scalability they have improved here. But same has been continued in the HANA 2.0. So, and also they have optimized the query processing, something they have, and we have more things, more performance improvements they have done in the 2.0 as well here, right? Security wise, security wise, there are a lot of changes are happened here. Security wise, security wise, the basic security features, data protections, and everything they have introduced in the base in a 1.0, but 2.0 enhanced security features like data masking, data volume encryptions, additional encryption actions. So that is they have introduced in the HANA 2.0, right? Data volume encryption that is not there in the 2.1.0 here, right? Also cloud integrations and also system management administration side, there are a lot of improvements and everything, right? And also the maintenance task, upgrading tasks, additional disaster recovery tasks, everything they have improved. There are a lot of things they have improved in the comparing to the 1.0 2.0. There are lots they have done it, but in the HANA 1.0 there is a limited support. Actually, that's eventually that's reached to the end of the life. Anna, there is no support from SAP, no support from SAP here. But 2.0 still the support is ongoing. The support and maintenance is ongoing here. Support and maintenance is ongoing here. So that is the ongoing support. We have the future here in the HANA 2.0 here. So HANA 2 to 1.0 is the older versions here. So that support, there is no support from SAP. No support from SAP means SAP, if we face any issues, SA in the 1.0, SAP will not do, SAP will not provide any support to the customers. That is the main thing here, right? So that is the main thing of the HANA 1.0 and 2.0, the differences here. And also one more differences which we have. So HANA classic and advanced they have introduced in the HANA XS, they have introduced it in the HANA 2.0 here. And also multi-container concept, that is the one of the important things, single container and multi-container concept, they have introduced it here. Here in the HANA 1.0, the metadata and the persistency layer format got included, but in 2.0 that got separated. The metadata, the persistency means the persistency layer format got differentiated here. That got so increased, that got differentiated here. So let's talk more about the container concept here, right? So because we can understand the better. So what is the multi-container, single container? In the simple understandable language, so single container means independent house. Okay, in one host, if you install the one database, then only one database will be installed here. Only this is the host, this is the operating system. If you install on the HANA database, then only one database. Why? Because it's a single container, only one database will be installed, right? So this is a suppose like same independent house also, right? In the 150 square yards, we build the one home. There is a only one family can stay inside of the home, right? Only one family can stay inside of the home here, this home, independent house, right? So by means this house only can use the same set of space, memory, CPU, everything will be used by the same house. But in the HANA 2.0 is like a kind of a apartment concept. It kind of a apartment concept here. Same in 150 square yards. If you build the house apartment, what will happen? You are not only one family, right? So here, first you will build the one database. By default, you will get the G plus 1. Apartment means G plus 1, right? So then one system DB and multi-container means one system database, one tenant database you will get. On top of, if you have requirement, then you can install the multiple databases. You can add it here, multiple databases, you can add it here. You can add it multiple databases, you can add it here, right? So which means this is the apartment concept. This is the independent house concept here. So 1.0 is the independent house. This is the apartment concept here. Apartment concept means, so by default, you will get the, when you install the HANA 2.0, by default, you will get the multi-container, right? Multiple databases you will get, which means one is the system DB, second one is the tenant DB you will get. System DB, tenant DB by default. Then later, if you want to install, if you need the one more database, just you can execute the query, you can add the one more database. One more database. On top of, you can add the multiple databases up to 90 new tenants databases. You can add it here. 90 new tenant databases we can add for one host.
Whoa.
19 new tenants we can add it to the one new host that is possible here. Okay. So that is the HANA 1.0, 2.0 here. So here, if you want to install the one more host, then you need to install the one more operating system, then you need to install the one more database. So, but only one family can stay here. But when it goes to the multi-container, there are the multiple families, right? Here also one family, here also one family, here also one family, here. In same place, same set of operating systems, then multiple families are staying here. But here, only one family is staying. But here there is a advantages, there is a disadvantages also we have here, right? So in apartment concept, all these tenants will use the common place, common water, common resources like common CPU, common memory, common storage, everything will use the commonly, they will use it here, right? Same thing. Same here, only one family, they will use the sufficient resources, sufficient memory, sufficient CPU, sufficient file systems, sufficient network, right? Everything will be used by sufficient. But here, for here, it is okay. But to avoid this kind of things, so SAP introduced the multi-container concept here. So which means multiple databases we can install on top of the existing system databases here. So here SAP introduced the system DB and the tenant DB concept here. SAP introduced the system DB and tenant DB concept. SAP introduced it here. That is the one thing here. System DB and tenant DB. SAP introduced it here. That is what we can say that one here, right? So that is the one thing we can see here. System DB and one more tenant database is available here, right? By default, you will get the one system DB, one tenant DB. So here, after that, there is a new requirement to add the new database. Then you can add the one more database by executing the query. You can add it. You don't need to download the software, install it, just query. You can execute it. That will be create the new database will be created here, right? So this is the concept of the single tenant, single container, and multi-container here. But both the concept, when you install the HANA database, by default, you will get the some family members. When you build a new house, inside of the house, one family will stay. Same as like SAP also, when you install the SAP, there the seven work process will be so stay inside of the home, right? Same as like in HANA also, when you install the HANA database, here also, 7 HANA core process will be created here. What are those here, right? So index server, one is the index server process. Same dialog, how here also index server, the name server, the pre-processor, right? And also compile server, then access engine, web dispatcher, then daemon. These are the 7 process will be created as part of the HANA installation. These are the HANA family members. Here. So when you install the HANA 1.0 database, the 7 will be created on the host here. Inside of the database, this 7 process will stay. This 7 process will stay here, right? So this is 7 process will stay here. Sir, here also HANA 2.0 means is there any more process? No, same process. Same process here. But here, so here, what will happen? the index server, so not index server, the name server and preprocessor and compile server and web dispatcher, the daemon. These five process in the system DB, then the index server, the access engine will be in the system tenant database here. So five process are here, two process are here. If you install the one more tenant, then again index server access engine, index server access engine, index server access engine, index server access engine. Each tenant you will get the index server access engine. But commonly you will get the in the system database you will get the daemon, web dispatcher, access compile server, preprocessor, name server. This five you will get in the system database here. So here there is a concept of the system DB, tenant DB concept. What is system DB? What is tenant database? Sir, here all the seven processes are here, but what about the here? Here seven processes are there in this HANA database also, but by default you will get the two databases in the multi-container. One is the system DB, tenant DB. With this concept, you will get the two databases. Your resources, your family members also arranged like this. Five will be in the system DB, two will be in the tenant database here. So the system DB, there is no actual data will not save in the system DB. So this system DB process will help to the tenants to store the data. But actual data where it is storing in the tenant index server. Index server is the process where your actual data is storing data loads, calculations, everything will happen in the index server process. In the index server process, all the data loads and everything is happening in the here, right? So that is what we have the details here. That is what we have the details here, right? So that is the one thing we have here in the systems here, right? So so we have the details here, right? So now all the see here all the system DB and tenant databases you have here, right? System DB System DB contains the only file process. System DB will not store any data. System DB will manage the all the tenants, right? Suppose in the apartment you have the ground floor, first floor, second floor. In the floors, your tenants will rent on the tenant here in the floors, but in the system DB he is the owner here, right? Owners will stay in the ground floor. So what the owner will do in the apartment in the ground floor, he will manage the all the tenants, right? Same as like system DB will manage the all the tenants. Sir, here you said like 19 tenants. Will the 19 tenants will be created at a time? No. By default, you will get the G plus 1. After that, if you have a requirement, you can add the more tenants. But by default, you will only get the G plus 1 only. Means ground floor system DB, first floor in the tenant DB only you will get. Sir, what is the use of the system DB? Means system DB will manage the all the tenants. System DB will manage the shutdown of the tenant. System DB will manage means what? Manage means in the manage in the sense like stopping, starting, so backup, parameter changes, anything we can, if we want to do it, we have to do it from the system DB only. You have to do it in the system DB only here. System DB only we have to do it here. That is what we have to perform it here. That is the one thing here. That is the one thing it is performed in the systems here. Right? So that is the what here it's happened in the systems here. Right? So that is the what here is happened in the systems here, right? So here, so now, so system DB, the tenant DB process are available here. So here system DB will manage the all the tenants, but actual data resides inside of the tenant DB. Why? Because wherever you have the index server is the main process here. So if I talk about the each process wise in the system here, right? So the process are same in the wherever you have the either index server or name. So wherever is the 1.0, 2.0, the HANA process are same here. The process responsibilities, the process responsibilities are same here, right? So here index server here, index server, right? So name server, then so preprocessor, then compile server here, compile server here, then so web dispatcher, then access engine here, right? So here, then what we left? Daemon here. So here, index server is the main process in the tenant database here, entire database. Index server, actual data loads, actual data loading, all the engines for the processing the data, everything is available and everything in the index server. Everything will be done by the index server only here. One last word you want to send in the one sentence. Index server is the main process of the database. It's the heart of the database. Actual data, all the data will reside inside of the index server process only. Okay. So then what about, sir? Yeah, in out of the seven, only one process is taking the all the responsibilities. Then what about the other process will do? Other process will help to the index server to store the data. But actual data where it is storing? Index server. Where the index server is available? Where the index server
Tenant.
is available?
Tenant.
Tenant, right? Then applications will connect to the, so SAP applications will connect to the system DB or tenant DB.
System DB, right?
No. Why? Why? Because applications will store the data. Where it is storing the data? HANA database level. In the HANA database level, where? Index server. Then where the index server is available?
Tenant.
Tenant DB. Then here in this case, applications will connect to the
Tenant.
tenant DB, right? That is the main thing here. That's why one system DB, multiple tenants we can install it. Why multiple tenants means one application, one tenant database. Second BW, one tenant database. CRM, one more tenant database. Like that, we can do the partitioning like this also here. That's why multiple multi-container, multiple tenant databases we can create on the one host. But system DB is only one. Why? Because system DB will manage the tenants, but tenant responsibility to storing the data. Applications will connect to the tenants only. Why? Because in the each tenant there is an index server. Index server will store the all the data. That's the thing here. Logic. Okay. The name server. What is the use of the name server here? Sir, actual data loading, everything is tenant. What is the use of this process means? Yes, there is a use here. This will help to the tenant databases here. This will help to the index server. So name server, it holds the topology related information. It holds the topology related information like what is the host name, what is the SID, what is the instance number. So all this information will holds the name server. So name server will holds the topology related details. Okay. Topology means so host name, SID, instance number. So this information will holds the so name server here, right? And it will help to the index server to store the data. Preprocessor also processing the unstructured data. Structured data is fine, but processing the unstructured data. If any data coming in the text format, so this preprocessor will process that, convert into the in the structured man, and will inform to the index server to store the data, right? So index preprocessor processing the unstructured data. Such unstructured means what? Sometimes if you see here, sometimes if you see, so maybe normally in the HANA database is written into the C++ language, which means so there is a right, C programs do maybe open bracket and next while something close bracket, something like that, right? But so unstructured data means it kind of there is no structure here. It comes like a text format. So text format, notepad. So there is no structure for this one, right? But HANA database will process this kind of data also. Unstructured data. Okay. Simple unstructured data. So yeah, preprocessor will do this unstructured data will help to the index server. Name server also will help to the index server. Compile server, compilation of the programs. So compilation of programs and the stored procedures. Compilation of the programs and stored procedures here. Compilation of the programs and stored procedures as well here. Compilation of the programs and stored procedures here. So compilation of the programs means HANA means it's not only database, but because HANA database written into the so collection of some programs and procedures, right? So then, so to speed up the storing the data and something, so it will do the some compilation of the programs and stored procedures. Example outside of the example. So suppose in your bike you are riding a bike, so you have the even though you have the petrol or diesel, you are riding the bike, but for the smooth execution, for smooth running, you need the engine oil as well, right? For the compilation purpose, for the speed up purpose, you need the engine oil as well, right? If you don't have engine oil, and it will come to the heat and your performance will be reduced. So everything will happen for the bike, right? Same thing as well here. So compile server is also important for compilation of the programs and stored procedures if anything is coming to the database level, right? That is the main important thing here. So web dispatcher will handle the will take the will take the browser based request. Some people will connect to the HANA database, so not only studios, not only something, some people they will connect to the we means as a team we will also connect to the HANA database, sometimes using the studio, sometimes we will use the browser URL means web based URLs, we will connect to the database here. So that time web dispatcher will take the browser based request, will hand over to the access engine. Access engine will process the internet request means web based request. Internet means web based request, and it will process the web based request here. The daemon, what will happen here in case of daemon is, so that's why in the database level, another database level, index server is the father. Why? Because actual data storing everything will be in the ANA data index server only. So father of the database means index server here. Remaining all the childs, sons, something like daughters like this only. So right. Then mummy, if the father is there, definitely there should be a mummy, right? Daimon is the mummy here. Why? Because if any one of the process is in the die means any one of the process in the six status, immediately the daemon will go and clear the that six status. Normally in the database level, if I talk about the daemon will clear the faulty status of the remaining five process. Daemon will clear the error. Daemon will clear the error status or normally faulty status here. So sometimes what happens, these are the process. Normally in a home, we are how we are in the home, in a home, you will be inside of the maybe one home, right? So the inside of the home, maybe you are the seven family members, right? You and your father, mother, child, son, something, some other example, right? So you also do the your work and your father also do the your work, but main is the father of the home means, so who is the owner, so who is the main means, so father you will tell, right? Same as like in the database we will tell like a index server. Then what about the other process means, other process also they will not sit idly. Other process also will do their works, their duties. But here, so but if any one of this process is stopped status or is in the error status or something is going to seek, immediately daemon will go and clear the faulty status, will go and clear the faulty and error status, will clear it here. This way, so daemon normally in our home also mother. So in case of we are in the sick or we are in the stopped status means error status, or so something is happened, then immediately the mother will come and give the boost or bonavita to us to become active status. Some medicines to us will become a active status, right? Same as like here the daemon also, in case of this process or something is happens, immediately the daemon will go and will come to the active status here, will take into the active status here. That is the main thing of the this seven process here. Okay. This all will help to the index server. We how in a home, how we will all help to the father, same as like this all will help to the index server to store the data, to load the data, to store the data and everything here. HANA is a column oriented columnar database here to store the data here. So one more thing, before we install the HANA database, you need to remember HANA database, right? HANA can be, we have to use the some important points here, important points, IMP points. Okay, before we go for the actual discussion in actual installation. So important points here. What is that? HANA installation, we have to use the HDB LCM. HANA installation, the what is the tool we have to use it means, sir, SAP installation, what is the tool we have to use it?
HWPM.
SWPM, right? Same HANA installation, there is a HDB LCM tools we have to use it. This HDB LCM tool, HANA Database Lifecycle Management, HDB LCM Lifecycle Management tool will help to install the HANA databases, upgrade the HANA databases, uninstall the HANA databases. This one we will use it here, right? So then which user we have to use it here? Root user we have to use it in the Linux system side here. Root user, HDB LCM and root user we have to use it here. Also, HANA installation, while doing the HANA installation, so you should know about the some technical terms like what is the SID, what is the instance number, what is the host name. So then what is the users will be created, users, what are the users will be created, right? So these things you should know here. Same as like SAP SID. For HANA also we have to provide the SID, one database SID we have to provide it here. For recognizing purpose, we have to provide the one SID here, right? So SID, three alphanumeric characters, right? Same as like here also. Same instance number, right? 00 to 99, any number you can provide it. So host name means server name or computer name. So in the Windows level, we will call it as the computer name. What is your computer name means this PC, right click and go to the properties and we'll see that your computer name is the KP Jump Server. So like that, your operating system, this one, like that we will tell. But in the Linux, we come Linux level, the wording will change it to the host name, same as like computer name in the Windows. So here it's a host name here. So what are the users will be created here in the HANA database level? So there is a OS level, SID ADM user will be created. The DB level, there is a system user will be created here. System user will be created here. So we have to provide the password for this users here. SID ADM, whatever the SID you given, same SID ADM user for operating system level, then here. So normally we know for the database level, so SAP database level, we know SID ADM also will be created SAP when you are doing the, and SAP level SAP star DDIC, then DB level DB SID ADM. So this is the DB SID ADM, and additionally the DB user will be created system user. If you want to do the DB level administration activities, we have to use the system user here. So here you need to use the root user. Is the one of the common user you have to use it, the root user, to perform the these checks. Okay, that is the main important thing here. Okay, that is the one. So then we can start the installation. Okay, let's see downloading the softwares here. Okay, so how to download the HANA softwares then, right? Hardware requirement, software requirements, and then how to download the HANA softwares here. So let's go to the service marketplace here. Same, any software, and this is HANA product, right? Then you have to go to the, so me.sap.com. So there we can go to the SAP marketplace. There we can download the softwares here. Let me open. Once you log into the service marketplace, same as like SAP softwares, once you go to the service marketplace here, so software download center, right? So here, so installation and upgrade, go to the alphabetical index. So H for HANA, okay? H for HANA. So here you can just go to the HANA software. H for the HANA. Here HANA platform edition. This is licenses for the platform edition. We have the enterprise edition, extended enterprise editions, 3 editions. In that platform edition license you have, then go to the HANA 2.0 here, then installation, then you can download the latest version of the file here, SPS 08, 05, 06, 07, like that. The latest version of the zip files you can download it here. Here you will get the studio, HANA client, add-ons, plugins, all those things you will get from here. Otherwise, so you want to download the individual files as here, let's go to the patches, directly install support package and patches, then by alphabetical index, same as like H for HANA. H for HANA software by alphabetical index, H for HANA. So here you see HANA platform edition, HANA platform edition here. HANA platform edition here. So then HANA client, so HANA plugins, HANA database, you can go to the database level. Only Linux, see here, only Linux is available. So not the Windows. So HANA, so the file starts with the IMDb server. IMDb means in-memory database server 2.0. So yes, 82 SPS 08 and patch level 2, right? 70 SPS 79 means SPS 07, SPS 05. So 0.0.0.0.0, all the patches are there. You can download any one of the SAR file here. If you want to download the individual databases, you can download the individual files. You can download it here. Individual files you can download in the systems here. That is the one thing here. So that is the HANA 2.0, the patches here. There are no 1.0 now, only 2.0. Okay. In the 2.0, we have the DB server is the important here, database. IMDb server, IMDb server, IMDb server, right? So this any one of the latest version of the file you can download it. Suppose if you go to the HANA client, then IMDb client, IMDb client, IMDb client, like that you will get the naming conventions here, right? So then if you go to the, so if you go to the some other, so plugins, AFL, then IMDb, AFL, IMDb, IMDb is common in memory database, server, client, AFL, something. These all are the files common here, right? Individual files. We want to download the individual. You can go to the here. Then you can download the list of patches and everything. You can download it here, right? You can download it and move to the so Linux operating systems here, right? In the Linux, now you know how to log into the Linux, then you can log into the Linux. So then move the files to the here. So root the password, then now here onwards you know how to calculate it and everything here, right? So here you need to use the command. This is the Linux you need to use the commands which we discussed yesterday, some of the operating system level commands. So make directory, touch, create the file, operating cd, where, some of the files here. Apart from that, so suppose there is a temp. If you want to go to the other file systems, you need to use the cd temp, right? Suppose you want to create the file, then you can just touch file name like Ravi. So if we want to add the some entries inside of the file, then VI editor. This is the important VI editor, right? So then if you want to edit something in this inside of the file, right? VI editor, then you will the file will be opened in the open for editing. Then click I for insert, then I for insert. Then you can insert the text here. You can insert the context text here, you can insert the text here. Whatever the text you want to do it, you can just insert the text here. Whatever you want to delete, then backspace, that will be deleted. Once inserted done, click on the escape colon. You see in the bottom WQ. W means save, Q means quit. WQ exclamatory, then quit. Only if you remove the W and Q, save without, sorry, quit without save. Then if you use the W, save with quit. So save, it will save it here. Now you see the content of the file is 61 some bytes. Now you see if you go to the more also you can use it to view the content of the file, right? Or you can also use the cat to view the contents inside of the file. Suppose if any file you want to view the file, you will double click in the windows, that will open. But here you need to use the cat or more, you have to use it, right? Tail command also you can use it. Tail means, so suppose tail means last, like a footer, right? So suppose I want last 10 lines of the file, then you can use the last 10 lines only will be displayed here. I want last 9 lines, then last 9 lines only will be displayed here. Only one, yes, these last 9 lines are displayed here. I want last 2 lines only, then tail hyphen 3, then it will display only. So like this, tail command, then cd command, ls hyphen ltr list the files, and df hyphen h display file systems, vi editor to edit the some contents in the file or add the some content in the file. So cat more. Okay, so there are the some
Sir,
Linux
excuse me,
commands.
sir. If we have to check starting lines, so what command we
Header,
have to?
header command, header, some header, head something hyphen 10. So hyphen 10, then so Ravi, so header. So then header command will use it. Headers. Okay. Tail is the last lines. I want only top 10 lines inside of the file. Then top. So like header you have to use it here. So I want to check the CPUs, how many CPUs are configured, ls CPU. Then here ls CPU command will tell you how many CPUs are there. 5 or 6 CPUs are there here. 6 CPUs are there here. CPU family 6. Right? Then I want to check the memory free hyphen G. How much memory is there? Total 32 GB memory is there here for this operating system. How much is used? 8 GB. Free is the 18 GB. Right? So what is the file system size spaces df hyphen h, okay, slash HANA, CSR, SAP, everything is there. Okay, fine. Then, so top command, what is the largest utilization? Top command will tell the CPU utilization, memory utilization, and everything here. Then Control C, this will be cancelled, right? So clear, it will clear the entire your space, entire your text will be cleared here, right? Date, what is the date? Uptime. So what is the current your operating system up from how many days? So this will be how many users are connected currently. 4 users here. If you users tab, if you use it here, then 4 users with the root, 4 root users are connected here, right? Then make directory, uh, directory creations, folder directory, remove directory, rm, then chmod, chon, vi editor, so df. These are the some important commands. Okay, as a basis consultant, you should know about the some of the Linux commands as well. So please practice these commands as well. So then if you want to, yeah, that's fine. I think for now, that's fine. In the upcoming, you will get more, but for now, that's fine. Now, so once you download the file, we have to move the software to the in the Linux location. Once you move it, then we have to start the installation. Then, so let's see installation. I think there is no time. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow the how to perform the HANA DB installation. That is the very important here. This and all the things, important points, everything you will get it out multiple times. We may have to revise these points as well. So that's fine. Tomorrow also we will get it out. The commands and all, it's not the one day process. It's continuous process to practice the commands and everything, right? So that's fine. But thing is, HANA installation is the important thing here. How to perform the HANA installation. Then how to add the HANA into the HANA Studio. These things are very important. Okay. Tomorrow we'll don't miss it. That tomorrow's class will perform the HANA installations. Okay. Any questions, anyone?
Ravi, one doubt here. So our system DB will remain only one, right?
One system DB is only one. Tenants will be multiple.
So it is like AACS, like how?
Yeah, it's like a ASS. In SAP language, if you talk about ASS is like a system DB and application servers are like a your tenant database.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Same ground floor, first floor, second floors are more, but ground floor is only one.
Okay. And the index server for each tenant database will be
Yes,
having one or?
one tenant, one index server. Second tenant, second floor, then second index server. Third and third index server. That will be index servers are more.
Okay, each tenant will have one index server separately.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Because actual data stores index server. So one tenant, if the one index server for all the tenants means all will fight, right? So that's why. So each tenant has the own index server here. So
Yeah.
separate data will be stored.
Yeah. So like for each system, separate data will be stored, like CRM, SRM.
Yes.
Yeah,
Some
got it.
customers
Thank
will
you.
configure like this, but all will use the same operating system, same license. But something is happened in the operating system level, everything will go down, right? In the ground floor, something is happens, all the floors will be collapsed. Same thing like here as well. So there are the advantages, disadvantages. So let's but one so there is an independent house and apartment. There are the advantages, disadvantages, right? Same as like here as well. Okay, so thanks guys, thanks for your time. So let's